I see a whole lot of people for relationship problems. I'm a hypnotist, and you'd be surprised that people come to me for far more than stop smoking and weight loss. I see a good deal of bad childhoods and traumatic events that people just want to get over, or just different kinds of fears and stuff like that. One of the things that is very interesting to me is how often I encounter clients who have bullies at home or bullies in their life. For instance, I could have a husband who's being just, emotionally abused by his wife, disrespected, that kind of thing. And I could have a wife that's, just repeatedly being put down and criticized by her husband. I've even seen grown women who get the phone call from their mother, and grown men too, phone calls from a mom, just criticizing and criticizing and criticizing them. And they just sit there and take it. And they, a lot of times they'll defend themselves, or they'll get into this big old yelling match with that bully person. So when I say bullies at home, I'm talking about verbal violence, yelling at you, insulting you, swearing at you, and put downs like name calling, or just, publicly embarrassing you, or embarrassing you and blaming you for everything, or purposely just saying things that are hurtful to you. I mean, when it's happening, you're thinking, oh God, here we go again. How long is this going to go on? You keep hoping that you can give them some information to make them see that you really didn't mean that, or you really didn't do that, or you're really not like that. And so you defend yourself. The number one thing you want to remember in a situation like this is don't defend yourself. Yeah. You want to just say something like this. Well, that is one perspective. Or you could say, I guess I just have to accept the fact that this is what you think. Because there's absolutely nowhere that a bully can go with that. If you defend yourself, they can attack your defense. And when they attack your defense, if you're not on your toes, you're not conscious, guess what you're going to do? You're going to defend that. And then they're going to attack that defense. Every time you defend, you're trying to be louder or say things more clearly. And so your voice becomes more shrill. And some bullies really, really love that they're getting to you. And after a while, maybe you're even yelling, right, and crying. This is what we mean by fights escalating. So the first thing that you need to do with a bully at home, somebody who's emotionally or mentally abusive, is just not to defend yourself. But there's another technique that I really, really like that I want to share with you that I learned when I was with a bully that I was living with years ago. A man that I lived with for a while, I'll call him Armando. He was pretty mean like that. And for years I took his abuse. And I one day got the idea to do this. And I want to share it with you because it was so helpful and valuable. And I don't think I've ever heard of this out there in psychological literature or techniques. It probably is somewhere, but I was never taught this, and I went to counselors and therapists for years. So this is what you do when you have a situation like this. Someone is beginning to really, here we go again. You're not good enough. You're this, you're that. They're insulting you, or yelling at you, or putting you down. It just doesn't feel good, and it's not fair, and it's not nice, and you don't deserve it. And there's not going to be anything you can really say because you've been down this path before. So you're going to do something different this time. And I will tell you that for me, it was really fun to watch Armando's face because he wasn't expecting this at all. And so you just stand up if you're sitting down. And then you put both hands up as if you're saying stop with your body language. And then you say, I'm just not willing to be treated like this anymore. I'm leaving, but I'll come back later and we'll try again then. So you want to say, I'll come back later and we'll try again then, because a lot of people have severe abandonment issues, and telling them, oh, I'm leaving, can make them feel crazy. I mean, think about how it's felt if anyone's ever said that to you. Just it's terrifying if you have abandonment issues. And so what you want to say is, I'll be back and we'll try again later, or we'll try again then. There are very, very kind ways of doing this. I mean, you can do a twist on this. You can say, I'm so sorry. I think I have gotten you upset again. I feel so bad about this. I can see I'm just not making you happy. So I'm going to leave for a little while so you can be happy, and I'll come back later and we'll try again then. So you're kind of putting the blame on yourself and it just gives you a way to escape. Another thing you can say, which is kind of nice, is I'm just not willing to be treated like this. We've gotten ourselves into a pattern. It's a habit for us to do this. I just don't want to do this anymore. I want to love you, and I want you to love me, and I want to feel the love and happiness between us. So I'm not willing to do this. I'm going to leave, and we'll come back later and we'll try again then. I think that you're going to find when you do this, that when you leave, you're not going to know what to do with yourself. I remember I'd leave and go, now what? Where am I going? What am I doing? Well, you can leave for a minute. You don't have to leave for a week. You can just go put some headphones on and listen to music. You can go take a shower. That takes a few minutes. You can go check your email or get on Facebook. That takes a few more minutes perhaps. You can go for a walk around the block or go have a cup of coffee with a friend or go to the movies if you need more time. You can go shopping. You can go to a friend's house and spend the night if you need more time. You can go spend the weekend in a hotel. You can go spend a week in France. You can go away forever if you really want to. It's up to you. Take care of you. When you do leave, make sure that you go do something to make yourself happy. You deserve it. That jerk has been picking on you far too long. It's time for you. It's time for you to be happy and take care of yourself. And if you're in a very, very abusive relationship that you fear could turn physical if you do something like this, then do this at your own risk. You might want to get some counseling or even leave if you have that fear, or have somebody there with you when you do it. So that's my 2 techniques. Number 1, stop defending, just stop. If you don't defend and you just say something like, that is one perspective, and then you shut up. It's really fun to watch the face because they're expecting and hoping for this big thing that just really isn't going to happen. And you can repeat that over and over again as they attack you. That is one way of looking at it. That is one perspective. I guess I just have to accept that that's the way you view me, that that's the way you feel about that. There's not a whole lot of escalation that comes from that, really. And then the second technique would be put up your hand and the stop body language, and stand up if you're sitting down, and just say, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not willing to do this. I'm going to leave, but I'll come back later and we'll try again then. Well, I hope this has been helpful. I'm Celeste Hackett. My business is Family First Hypnosis. I'm in the Dallas, Texas area. I do Skype and telephone sessions if you're not in this area. And of course, I work with things like stop smoking and weight loss, relationship issues, bad childhoods, trauma. Probably if you have a problem and you wonder if I can help you with it, probably I can. Give me a call and I'll ask you a few questions and then I'll know for sure. We'll do a little assessment by phone. It's free. All right. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. And remember, take care of you.